was their hitting, putting up 15 runs in their first game.
Yeah, this offense definitely stuck out to us so far in this region. They even had an out-of-the-park home run by Goose Hutchins. They had so many extra base hits, 8 to be exact, and 14 RBI. They did all of that in just 2 innings, but their offense was so impressive and led the way.
They only played 2 innings because they won by the run rule. Their offense was just dominant, hitting over 513 hits. Amanda, as you said, 14 RBIs in just 2 innings. It was impressive. You know, equally as impressive for Texas West was Raylan Van Zee in the circle. Almost had a no-hitter broken up in the 6th inning of their first game.
Yeah, so it's like we get the best offensive performance against the best pitching performance with what we saw out of Ray Van Zee and her 6th inning complete game where she just gave up 1 hit, only had 1 walked hitter. And the way that she threw, she led her team in the circle, really utilizing her outside corner with her curveball and fastball, both really good defenses, too, for Texas West and Oklahoma. This is going to be a lot of fun to watch Van Zee throw against these bats.
She was impressive, the line, just giving up that 1 hit, as I said, in the 6th inning to break up that no-hitter to go along with 3 strikeouts in the game.
Yeah, and she's going to have a lot on the line when she enters the circle today because what's at stake is a trip, a ticket to Punch to be able to get to Greenville to play in the Little League Softball World Series. For Oklahoma, it would be their first for the league, and for Texas West, it would be their first since 2013.
This is what these young ladies have been working so hard for all season long. They're dreaming about a trip to the Little League Softball World Series. First pitch coming up next.
Hi, my name is Haven Hansen. They call me Benny. I play out.
A short 5-mile drive from the field here in Waco. Let's meet the team.
Hi, my name is Edward Rocio. I'm from Robinson, Texas, representing Texas West, and this is my team.
My name is J.J. Williams, and I'm the assistant coach.
My name is Brian Van Zee. I'm an assistant coach.
Hi, my name is Corbin Sticker-Stroud, and I play left field, and my dream job is to become a veterinarian. Hi, my name is Reese Tate. They call me All Day Tate. I play center field, and my favorite food is shrimp. Hi, my name is Haven Hansen. They call me Benny. I play outfield, and my favorite movie is The Sandlot.
Hi, my name is Raylan Van Zee. I'm a pitcher, and my goal in softball is to be in the Olympics.
Hi, my name is Journey Patterson. I play right field, and my favorite food is gravy. Hi, my name is Brinley Robinson. They call me Bryn. I play third base, and my dream job is to be an X-ray technician.
Hi, my name is Abigail Sepulveda. I play right field, and I want to be a veterinarian when I grow up.
Hi, my name is Isabel Mathis. I am the catcher, and my favorite sports team is Texas A&M.
Hi, my name is Addison Young. I play second base, and I love goats.
Hi, my name's Addison Williams. They call me Goose. I play left field, and my favorite TV show is The Vampire Diaries.
Hi, my name is Lexi Rocio. My nickname is Rolex, and I play shortstop, and my dream job is to be a coach. Hi, my name is Peyton Richards. I play first base, and my favorite softball team is the Baylor Bears.
I love that part of the show. Get to meet all the players. And now let's meet the opposing pitcher for Oklahoma in the circle will be Cam Casey.
Yeah, Cam Casey throws with good velocity. She had a good outing the other day where she threw a couple of innings and she split the game with the other pitchers on the team, Dotson. So she throws with good velocity, has a really, really good start where she gets into her legs. You'll notice it right away. She's a determined young lady.
Leading things off for Texas West will be Lexi Rocio. As you heard in her introductions, they call her Rolex. Why, you may ask? Because when she's on, we roll with Lex.
So good, and because she's on time, oftentimes with her swing. So, you know, just so many play on words there.
She was ready, hacking at the first pitch, fouls it back. Day 4 of action here in Waco. We've had some really good games here so far. Inside, misses, 1 ball, 1 strike. You see the guys behind the plate. The Robinson Little League, located just short 5-mile trip from the 5-minute trip from the field. They've got support. Rocio sends that one out to shallow right field. Catch is made by Needham for the first out of the ball game.
Good job by Needham to take a good first step whenever she saw that ball in the air. Take a drop step and keep that one from falling in between. But kept her eyes on it. She even looked up quickly, understanding that her right fielder, Kierstead, would be coming in hard. But good out there for her.
That'll bring up the opposing pitcher, Raylan Van Zee. Swinging at the first pitch, grounds to short. Star throws in time, 2 down.
You're going to notice right away that both of these teams have very strong defenses. They have yet to commit an error here at the regional. Lockdown defense behind a couple of really good pitchers that we'll see today.
We only saw Oklahoma play 2.5 innings, but what we saw from them up at the plate and in the field, this Oklahoma team is impressive. That'll bring up the second baseman, Addison Young. These Texas West hitters are aggressive. All 3 of them have been swinging at the first pitch.
Yeah, being really aggressive, knowing that Cam Casey is going to throw a lot of strikes, consistently be around the strike zone.
Just over the second baseman, Needham, for the single. So Addison Young records our first hit of the ball game with 2 outs here in the top of the first.
Continuing to be aggressive and continuing to swing hard. Almost an identical place that we saw Needham make a catch just a couple of moments ago, but just a little bit higher over her head where she couldn't reach, and Addison Young gets a single.
Nice job by Candace Burnett behind the plate for Oklahoma, backing up that throw at first, keeping the runner at first base. Here's a cleanup hitter, Peyton Richards. Nickname Master P. Okay.
Not a lot of left-handed hitters that we have at the regional, and Peyton Richards is one of those lefties. It's right there in the 4th spot for this Texas West team, in the middle of their lineup with some power.
Gets through the hole, back-to-back hits for Texas West, and now runners on at first and second with 2 down.
Look at her. All these hitters are coming up looking to hit. Outside pitch, she's able to let it travel just enough to barrel it up toward the left side, just past a diving Taylon Starr, who was playing a little bit more up the middle.
Don't you get the feeling like we're going to get a really good game today?
I feel it. It's happening. Both of these teams are so well coached. They have so much talent in the circle, at the plate, out on defense. It's going to be a good one.
We got the crowd. We got the atmosphere. A trip to the Little League Softball World Series on the line. Isabel Mathis, once again, they are ready to swing at that first pitch.
Really aggressive. It'd be interesting to see when Cam Casey might pull out her changeup. A pitch that's going to be important against these aggressive power hitters. Oh, there it is.
Right on cue, changeup misses low, 1-1. But what does that do at the plate for the batter when you see a different look?
Yeah, it just even puts it in their head that, oh, I might have to worry about a different speed that's 10 or 15 miles an hour slower than her fastest speed. So even if you don't throw it necessarily for a strike, important to keep throwing it, to keep it in the back of the hitter's mind, because as a hitter, timing is everything. Timing and pitch selection, hitting good pitches is really the name of the game.
Comes back inside with a fastball. So now Cam Casey in the circle for Oklahoma, ahead in the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Trying to get out of this jam in the first inning with 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Mathis fights that off. You know what I noticed? After that changeup, Mathis has been a little late on this fastball.
Yeah, it helps set up those faster speeds for sure, because when your eyes see something slower, your rhythm may start to change a little bit, and you're thinking, okay, I need to be a little bit more out in front, and then some heat comes in the inside corner, and you're a little bit late. Setting up hitters is such an important part of this game.
Let's see what Casey comes back with here. The 1-2. Up high. Mathis fouls it off down the right field line.
It's impressive how she got her hands up to that pitch that was more up in the zone. Got her barrel to it. Had a chance of staying fair down the first base line. Good piece of two-strike hitting here. Look at that, this pitch up in the zone, but she keeps her hands above the pitch, on top of the pitch. Drives it the other way.
If you're Casey, what do you come back with here?
I'd go with that changeup again.
Fastball in. Mathis battles it off again. That's the 5th foul ball of this at bat.
Yeah, really good at bat by Mathis.
The 1-2 again. Changeup, but Mathis stays on it. Drills it in the left field. And a strong throw from Beveridge, the left fielder, holds the runner at third.
So 1-2 pitch. And look at how it's just right over the plate. A little bit more up in the zone. A little too sweet for a 1-2 pitch. Working from ahead in the count, but what an at-bat by Mathis.
Look at that strong throw from left field.
Yeah, really great throw coming in from the outfield to keep them from scoring. This is what I'm talking about, this changeup. You can see, look at this pitch location where it's just up about belt high with 2 strikes, a little too sweet. I would have loved to see her bounce it in a little bit lower, like around the shoelaces, trying to get her out front.
Bases loaded, 2 outs. That brings up Addison Williams, the left fielder. What an impressive last at bat by Isabel Mathis. 7 pitches she saw before she stroked that one into left.
Just so impressed with these Texas West swings. They're being so aggressive, and you know what? They're confident. And that all started from the very beginning. I mean, they're doing this with 2 outs, by the way, but Rocio came up with a lot of confidence. Van Zee came up with a lot of confidence, and even though they got out, they're able to still stick with the game plan in this inning to be able to be aggressive early in the count and really make Cam Casey work.
Here's the 0-2 pitch from Casey. High, got Williams swinging. So Casey gets herself out of a bases-loaded jam. Texas West leaves 3 on, no score.
Look at this rise ball up and in on the hands about eye high. That's a good spot for Cam Casey to get out of a jam.
After getting out of that first inning jam, let's now look at the lineup for the state champs from Oklahoma, Green Country Little League. Let's meet the team.
Hi, my name is Haley Galvin. I'm the head coach for Team Oklahoma. We are from Muskogee, Oklahoma, and here's my team.
Hi, my name is Taylor Redding, and I'm the assistant coach. Hi, I'm Riley Dodson, and I play third, center, and pitcher for Team Oklahoma, and my nickname is Dot.
Hi, my name is Eilani Hicks. I play first and third, and my nickname is Aini.
Hi, my name is Juliana Hutchins. I play third base and catcher. My favorite athlete is Kenzie Hansen. I'm Lily Beveridge. I play left field, and I like saying boot scoot and boogie.
Hi, my name is Taylor Starr. I play shortstop. My nickname is Tay. Hi, Mom.
Hi, my name is Aubrey Davis, and I play second base and center field, and I look up to Haley Cruz. Hi, my name is Allie Tucker. I play shortstop and second base, and I like hanging out with friends and family. Hi, my name is Alexis Kierstead. I play right field, and I like to dance.
Hi, my name is Camber Casey. I'm a pitcher, and my favorite actor is Adam Sandler.
Hi, my name is Madeline Needham. I play second base, and my hidden talent is I can touch my tongue to my nose.
Hi, my name is Zaya Griffin. I'm a pitcher and a second baseman, and my favorite sports team is the St. Louis Cardinals.
Hi, my name is Candace Burnett. I play catcher at first base, and my nickname is Daddy Longlegs.
Hi, my name is Cheyenne Dill. I play center field, and my nickname is Shy.
Oh, I love the introductions, getting to meet the team. Let's meet the opposing pitcher in the circle for Texas West, Raylin Van Zee.
Yeah, excited to watch Ray pitch today. She threw such a great game just a couple of days ago and really showed us what she's capable of when she's able to work that outside corner and use her strong defense. She only had 3 strikeouts, but she was confident in her defense, who made 0 errors back behind her to field a lot of ground balls and make plays.
She's got a tough assignment in front of her today, going up against this Oklahoma lineup, putting up 15 runs in their first game in just 2 innings. Let's see how Van Zee handles them. Leading things off for Oklahoma will be Alexis Kierstead, the right fielder. Van Zee going right at her, strike 1.
Mackenzie Donahue from OU's softball team is Kierstead's favorite player. Also family friends, which is pretty cool. Donahue, of course, was a breakout star for Oklahoma in the Women's College World Series. Had a really big Women's College World Series as part of that national championship run for OU.
Van Zee quickly ahead in the count, 0-2. Fastball lifted into left field, and it will drop. Alexis Kierstead starts off this bottom of the first with a single.
Was patient early in the count, and then was able to get a hit with 2 strikes. Good piece of hitting by Kierstead, who, by the way, this summer has hit 7 bombs over the fence. Several of these players for Oklahoma can hit the ball out of the ballpark, and not even scared to flex and dance over there at first base.
Ooh, showing a little TikTok dance. I like it.
Oh, is that what that is?
I think. Don't quote me on it. That'll bring up the shortstop, Taylor Starr. Fastball up high, 1-0. Starr rips that high fastball foul, 1-1.
You know, I told this story a couple of days ago, but I had a chance to watch Oklahoma just practice and warm up before the first game that they had against New Mexico. And I just sat in my car and just observed, right? They didn't know that I was there. They were just doing their thing. But number 8 stood out to me in the warm-ups. And at that time, I didn't know who number 8 was until I had a chance to look at the roster. And it was Taylor Starr. She was the one who was leading the way in their warm-up run. She was right out in front, being a leader, just hustling the most, having the best presence even in warm-up.
Snap throw down to first by the catcher, Elizabeth Mathis, just to make sure the runner stays honest there.
The aggressiveness of Mathis back behind the plate to keep Kierstead honest at first. But Taylor Starr, loved the way that she led, even when nobody else, even with not even knowing that somebody was looking and watching.
Two balls, 2 strikes to the shortstop for Oklahoma Starr. Fastball ripped into left field. That one's going to go all the way to the fence. Kierstead rounding third. She'll come in to score. Starr on the throw. She advances to third. And Oklahoma gets on the board first, 1-0.
Love the way that within that at bat, Taylor Starr didn't get down. She had a big swing and a miss, but she kept swinging hard. A pitch that was out over in the middle of the plate, and she had a little bit of a smile just seeing that ball fall on the grass and be able to go for extra bases because it got past Williams. Great base running by Kierstead to be able to score on that. And unfortunately for Texas West, they made an extra throw, which led to Starr being able to advance to third.
Here's one of your favorite players, Goose Hutchins. What a catch in left! Williams makes the catch, Starr tags and will score. A great catch, great base running, Oklahoma up 2-0.
Goose Hutchins, we have seen, is super aggressive when she steps in the box. Left-handed power, just finds the grass. Beautiful, just line drive swing to left field. Great catch by Addison Williams. Look, enough sacrifice fly execution made by Texas West, by Oklahoma to be able to score another run.
Here's a cleanup hitter, Candace Burnett. Nobody on now. And just like that, Oklahoma strikes early up 2-zip.
Well, and that's the importance, too, of that extra throw that I talked about that Texas West made on defense, because it was pretty apparent that the run was going to score no matter what. Kierstead was going to score on that hit. But when they made the extra throw, when they didn't communicate, when they let that throw go all the way to home, then Starr was able to advance to third base. And whenever you make that extra throw and you really don't need it, there wasn't a play at the plate, that extra 60 feet can be a really big difference in the score in the game.
1-1 pitch is looped into center. The third hit of the inning for Oklahoma as Burnett is on board with one away.
First baseman number 4.
Bring up the first baseman, Iny Hicks. What's interesting about this Oklahoma team, they're made up of all-stars from 2 local little leagues in Oklahoma and Muskogee. And the game they played the other day was actually their first game together, so their coaching staff wasn't sure how they would gel, but from the way they cheer, the way they play, they are playing as one. Here's the 1-0. Snap throw down to first, check on the runner again.
Well, now their offense has scored in every single inning that they've played here. It's tough to shut down, and they just go up so aggressively. I mean, this game and the 2 innings that they were able to hit in, they hit 542.
1-1 pitch is fouled off.
It's a good location there for Van Zee for both the first strike and the second strike. She worked that outside corner to where it was right at the knees, even a little bit off the plate. It's going to be a tough pitch for a hitter to really take advantage of and barrel up. Looking for her to just continue to find corners like that and keep the ball down in the zone right at the knees.
A little low and outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes, the count on Hicks. When you see a batter like Hicks, who sets up pretty close to the plate, where do you want to work the ball?
I would still attempt to work around the outside corner because that's my strength, and I'm a big advocate for throwing to your strengths, but maybe working a little bit further out like that. So that's how she threw really well within that at bat, and even I would encourage Van Zee to continue to work that outside corner in the same spots, even for a hitter that might not be crowding the plate like Hicks was.
First strikeout of the ball game for Van Zee.
Just perfectly placed on the outside corner, curveball, late break out. That is a good-looking pitch and a good comeback for Van Zee.
I think she heard you. Bring up the left fielder, Lily Beveridge. Outside, misses. Snap throw down again. Mathis is really checking on these runners.
A lot of pride back behind the plate for her position. Mathis is being a leader back there and trying to keep those runners a little bit closer to their bases.
Now that could also come from the scouting report, because something we saw from Oklahoma in their first game, they were really aggressive on the base path. Not only when they were hitting, but even when they were on, they were stealing a ton of bases.
Yeah, looking at that scouting report, watching the game before, and just learning. You can learn so much from watching, take so many notes, and prepare your team.
Beveridge grounds to short. Rosillo shows off to arm. Third out of the inning, but Oklahoma strikes first, picks up 2. 2-0 lead after 1. Thank you so much, Haley Cruz, for doing that special shout out to these youngsters. It means so much to them as we get ready for the top of the second inning with Oklahoma up 2-0. What an experience for these Little League softball players, being on national TV, having some of their idols giving them shout outs. This is cool.
Yeah, absolutely, and especially somebody like Haley Cruz, who's pretty famous in the social media world for a softball player, has almost 800,000 followers on TikTok. She has quite a few on Instagram and Twitter as well. And she's a very good softball player, too, currently a professional softball player for the USSSA Pride. So just finished her career at Oregon, where she had a tremendous career there, was a big-time leader for them last season, and is going on to extend her playing career.
7, 8, 9 due up for Texas West. Here's Reese Tate. And something we've seen consistently, 6 of the first 7 hitters have swung at the first pitch for Texas West. Little low, says home plate umpire Jeff Lindhorst. 2 balls and a strike to count to Reese All Day Tate. So after Oklahoma puts up 2 runs in the first inning, if you're Texas West, what's your approach at the plate here?
Yeah, just not even to change a thing because you're so early in the game. You don't have to feel any pressure. But just being able to find a way to get on base. Like, I thought I was going to get over Starr's head.
Starr showing off the range, makes the catch for the first out here in the top of the second.
Yeah, I thought this had enough juice on it just to head over her head, but a good reach. Timed it up the jump right at the right time to be able to grab that in the air.
You've been really impressed by her.
Yeah, she stands out to me absolutely. Such a good athlete, defensively, offensively. Just look at her communicating on the infield to her pitcher.
Third baseman Brentley Robinson. And there's Cam Casey, little off-speed pitch. Noticing that these hitters are swinging at that first pitch.
Continuing to work on that changeup, I really liked.
Here's the 0-1 from Casey in the dirt, 1-1. Texas West has been a very dominant team all season long in the Texas region. They were cruising through opponents until they got to the state round when they had a tough loss against Weslaco. That was actually their first loss of the season. It hit them hard. They had a 30-minute break. They jumped back into it, and they won 21-1 in the championship game. What a bounce back. 1-2 pitch to Robinson. Upstairs, got her swinging. Second strikeout of the game for Casey.
Cam Casey is doing a really good job of expanding the strike zone early in the count, understanding now that these Texas West hitters are going to be aggressive early. So love the way that she's been making adjustments really ever since she gave up that 1-2 hit to Mathis. That was a changeup, more up in the zone. I feel like she and Vanzee on the other side have been making good adjustments with their pitch location.
9-hole hitter, Corbin Stecker-Stroud.
And that's what you can start to notice as a pitcher. What is the other team giving you? You have to be able to kind of key in on, okay, are they being aggressive against me or are they being patient early in the count? If they're being aggressive early against you, then it's important that you don't throw pitches over the heart of the plate in the beginning of the at-bat. If they're going to be more aggressive, start to work more off the corners and see if even when they swing that they'll start to swing off to pitches that are more off the plate, which oftentimes lead to swing and misses and or outs.
Now, you go into the game with a game plan as the pitcher. How soon do you make that adjustment?
Usually you can start to see within the first couple of hitters. So after the first hitter swung at the first strike, after the second hitter swung at the first strike, it's like, okay, maybe 2 times is beginning to start a little pattern here. 3 times for sure, you can start to see what they're trying to do. And that's a fun part, I think, about our sport, specifically with pitching, catching, calling pitches. It's that it's a chess match. Every single part of our game, there are in-game adjustments on defense, in the circle, up at the plate, defensive positioning. There's so many adjustments that you can make all throughout. Nobody is staying exactly the same through the entire 6 innings.
Casey looking for a 1-2-3 inning. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Fouled off at the plate by Stecker Stroud.
And usually, too, John, the team that wins, that does the best, is the team that makes adjustments the quickest. That you notice those little nuances of the game and you're able to make in-game adjustments with whatever it is. Maybe it's pitch location, pitch calling, where a catcher might be setting up, any of those little tiny adjustments, the game within the game.
Here's a 2-2. Got her swinging. Back-to-back strikeouts for Cam Casey. A 1-2-3 inning. Oklahoma on top, 2-0.
Cam Casey on a roll. 3 strikeouts now for her. She's starting to feel it. Good screwball looked like it cut back into the inside corner.
Welcome back to Waco, Texas, here at the George W. Bush Leadership Training Center. Texas West trailing Oklahoma 2-0 as we move to the bottom of the second. John Schriffen alongside my partner, Amanda Scarborough. Oklahoma bats coming up. 7, 8, and 9 due up for the youngsters from Muskogee, Oklahoma. There's Miley Needham, the second baseman. Takes one outside. 1-0. How about her special talent, her hidden talent, putting her tongue to her nose?
You can't do that. Can you do that?
No. What's your hidden talent?
I don't think I have one. I need to think about that. Can softball be my hidden talent?
Van Zee paints the outside corner, 1-1.
Pitching, like for somebody who, if we were just at a random place and somebody said, do you have any hidden talents? And then I could like throw a pitch or something.
People know you.
I know, but if they didn't know me, then it would be a hidden talent.
Who doesn't know you? Come on now. Van Zee has been pinpoint with her accuracy early on.
She has, and that is what stuck out to me in the first inning, is that the first 2 hits off of her were with 2 strikes. So Kierstead had an 0-2 single, and then Starr had a 1-2 double for that RBI. So important for her just to continue to work from ahead, and then whenever she does get ahead, work a little bit more off the corners, mix in that off-speed pitch as well.
Van Zee gave up 3 hits in that first inning, but she's being aggressive here in the second. Just misses outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
It's a really good take by Needham. Such a good pitch by Van Zee. Exactly what we were talking about. Throws it on the outside corner. It's right at the knees, a little bit off the plate. Exactly where she needs to put a pitch when she's working from the head. But just a really good eye by Needham.
Here's the 2-2. Just stays alive. Needham gets a piece. Here comes the 7th pitch of the at-bat to the leadoff hitter here in this bottom of the second. Grounder to the right side, fielded by Richard. Steps on the bag, 1 down.
Got a good little cheering crowd back behind the plate, like you mentioned earlier. Those young boys with rockets painted on their bodies, the Richardson Rockets. Excuse me, Robinson Rockets.
Got to bring out the opposing pitcher, Cam Casey. We saw this the other day. When Texas West played Texas East, it was a raucous crowd we had here in Waco, Texas. Robinson Little League brought their fans again for this one.
Yeah, their motto in Robinson is "Rockets never quit." I mean, it's online. That's their motto. Rockets never quit. I like it.
1-1 pitch. When Vanzee misses, she doesn't miss by much.
She's always around the plate. You can definitely notice that. And I like, too, that when she misses, it just has a little bit of a tail down on the outside corner, too. That's a good-looking pitch to where she's able to break a pitch across the plate and then also down. Like that just misses. I got to give it to the Oklahoma hitters taking these pitches and really making her work right now.
Every home plate umpire has a different strike zone, so Vanzee is learning the zone from Jeff Linghorst.
Love the way, though, that she challenged the hitter of Cam Casey. 3-1 count. Look at how she'll throw this a little bit more on the plate. Challenge the hitter. It's a good pitch from the pitch before where she just barely missed.
Used the payoff pitch down low. Good eye from Cam Casey. Works herself a one-out walk. Bottom of the lineup for Oklahoma. Stepping up will be the center fielder, Riley Dotson. So it's interesting, we've seen Texas West swinging at the first pitch nearly every time at the plate, whereas Oklahoma, they've been more patient. They've been taking the first pitch.
Yeah, and if you're Vanzee, then you want to throw a pitch more on the plate earlier in comparison to what we were saying about Cam Casey.
Dotson gets a good piece, but a catch is made in center field by Tate for the second out here in the bottom of the second.
Good read by Reese Tate. Riley Dotson, the 9-hole, got a lot of this pitch and has continued to travel. Took a good drop step, had a good reach, being able to secure that out.
Casey returns to first base with 2 outs now as Oklahoma turns over the lineup. Alexis Kierstead steps up for her second at bat of the game. Swinging first pitch, pulls it foul. Kierstead's first at bat, she's singled to lead off the inning for Oklahoma and then would come around to score the first run of the game. Ball in the dirt, gets past Mathis, the catcher. Going down to second is Cam Casey. Ruled as a wild pitch from Vanzee. One ball, one strike to count on Kierstead. Ground ball to short. Rosillo. So smooth. That's the first inning of this tournament that Oklahoma has not scored. But they're still up 2-0 after 2. Getting closer. Little League Softball World Series in Greenville starts August the 11th. And the winner of this game, Amanda, that will punch their ticket to Greenville.
Yeah, because we have 2 teams that will advance from this regional. Here are previous winners of the Southwest region. You had Robinson Little League way back in 2013. That was the last time that they actually advanced to the Little League Softball World Series. Louisiana with a lot of history here. Texas East, Texas West, Greater Helotes actually won it one year as well.
Leading things off for Texas West in this third inning will be the top of the lineup, Lexi Rolex Rosillo. Wow, she got all of that one at the wall. One hops the fence. Rosillo rounds first and will have a stand-up double to start the third inning.
Texas West continuing to be aggressive up at the plate. Rosillo gets the first pitch up and in on her hands and is able to just crush it down the line. I thought it had a chance to get out of here. It's 200 feet down the left field line. That went about 197, shall we say, for extra bases. Lexi Rosillo is such a good player defensively and offensively for this team.
That's the first extra base hit for Texas West in this tournament. That's why they call her Rolex. We roll with Lex.
I'm sure she wants to roll on in and score. And this, for their first extra base hit, their manager told us that they have 5 to 6 players on their team who can hit it out of the park. Just a little bit of power that is waiting to explode.
Van Zee just missed that one, fouled it back, 1 ball, 1 strike. Another well-hit ball out to deep center field. Dotson goes back making the catch. Rosillo will tag and advance to third with 1 out here in the top of the third.
And Ray got a lot of that pitch to really deep fly balls. Second time through the order now that Texas West is seeing Cam Casey, and look how far this travels. Dotson able to get a good beat on it. Look at the focus, seeing it into her glove, understanding that the fence is going to be right there next to her. Rosillo is going to advance on the plate, closer to scoring.
So our first conference in the circle, manager Haley Galvin will come out and talk to her pitcher, Cam Casey.
Yep. Really unique for Oklahoma is they have a couple of coaches who either just got done playing, like Haley Galvin, who finished her career at Fresno State. She started at Oklahoma State, transferred over to Fresno State, and then they also have Taylor, who is a current player. So a former player who just got done, and then a current player in Taylor. Just so many young athletes giving back to the game.
Grounder by Addison Young to short. Stahl fields and throws. Here comes the play at the plate. And Rosillo gets in underneath the tag as Texas West gets on the board. Now trails 2-1 here in the third.
Rolex just making it happen for Texas West. Ball on the ground. Look at her jump that she gets after she sees that the shortstop star is going to be able to make the throw to first base. Use her wheels, goes right into home, feet first. Love the slide, and then Texas West is officially on the board.
How pumped up is Lexi Rosillo?
That's Taylor Redding, by the way, who is one of the other coaches for this Oklahoma team, and she's currently still a softball player at Rogers State. Works with the pitchers on staff.
Bring it up the cleanup hitter. Peyton Richards singled in her first at bat, but was stranded at second. Seems like these Texas West hitters are really starting to get the timing of Cam Casey.
I think the first time through, they had some really good at-bats. They got some runners on. They just couldn't push anything across. And then in the second inning, it was 3 up, 3 down. Casey kind of got into a groove. But second time through the order, it's starting to see her pretty big.
Even the outs by Texas West, they're getting a really good piece, and they're hitting the ball hard. Casey's ahead in the count. 2 outs here in the top of the third. 1-2 count on Peyton Richards. Changeup. Grounded to first, fielded by Hicks. And there's the third out of the inning. But Texas West gets on the board. Now trails 2-1 as we move to the bottom of the third.
Lexi Rosillo just doing it all to be able to get her team on the board. A double, advance to third, and then scores.
Catch all the excitement from the Little League Baseball and Softball World Series tournaments and visit the first ever virtual fan zone experience. Visit littleleague.org/ fan zone. Oh, that youngster knows how to do it. Got the cool towel on your head, got some candy in your left hand. Joining a day at the ballpark.
Oh, it's adorable.
2, 3, 4 due up as Taylon Starr will pop out to second. Young makes the catch for the first out here in the bottom of the third. That'll bring up the power hitter. Goose Hutchins had a sack fly RBI in her first at bat in the first inning.
Yeah, you got to be careful when she's up to bat, especially early in the count. She loves to hit the first strike that she sees. It's what she did, and her first at bat here at the Southwest Regional. Whenever she hit a home run out of the park, dead center field, a ton of power from her left-handed swing.
What's impressive about her swing is that she's so compact and quick to the ball. Usually a power hitter has those big loopy swings, but Goose Hutchins, it looks nice at the plate. Heading the count 2-0. Stays on that one, goes the other way, but just foul.
Yeah, big presence at the plate, too, in a sense that she gets right on top of the plate. Oftentimes, you know, it can be difficult for a right-handed pitcher to pitch inside to a left-handed hitter. It's just one of those things that's just challenging to do whenever you're a righty pitcher throwing inside to a lefty. So I love the fact that she knows that. She knows how good her swing is, to where she can get right up on top of the plate. With left foot on the line.
2-1 pitch. Foul the way. And how many young hitters, especially young power hitters, can go the other way with power as well? Usually when you see young hitters, they're all about pulling the ball over the fence, but she can go all fields.
Yeah, she can. And that's actually been what's stuck out to me about this entire regional, is that we've seen a lot of hitters go the opposite way with some hits, doubles, singles.
2-2 stays on and just drives it right back up the middle. Goose Hutchins has the power, but doesn't try to do too much. Has a one-out single here in the bottom of the third.
And this is actually a bit of an off-speed pitch out of the hand of Van Zee, and she's able to sit back on a little bit. Look at how she steps across her body. Her right foot actually was almost out of the box. Her heel was on that line. Drives it right back up the middle, though. She is looking good. 2 for 3 with that home run and 4 RBI for the regional.
Here's the cleanup hitter, Candace Burnett. Singled in her first at bat back in the first inning. She's a perfect 4 for 4 in her 2 games here in the Southwest region. Interestingly, one of the taller players on the team as the catcher.
Yeah, she's 5'9". She said if she won the lottery, what she would do with the money is buy an indoor batting cage. That's commitment.
Oh, she is focused. 0-2 in the dirt. Gets past Isabel Mathis. And going down to second is Hutchins.
And pretty cool, her cousin, Wyatt Olds, was just drafted in the 7th round this year's draft to the Boston Red Sox.
That was ruled a wild pitch from Van Zee. But she's still ahead in the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Burnett. Got her to pop it up. Shallow right field. Second baseman Young drifts back to make the catch. 2 outs.
Great job by Van Zee, just continuing to settle into this game. John, she gave up a couple of hits to start off the game, back-to-back hits. In fact, back in the first inning, 3 hits total in the first inning whenever Oklahoma scored those 2 runs, and then settled into the second inning. You can tell she's settling into the third inning to a couple of outs now, even though she has a runner on second base, continuing to get outs against these powerful hitters.
Pinch hitter at the plate will be Aubrey Davis, getting her first plate appearance here in this game. And Amanda, to your point, what I've been impressed with is that this is a scary Oklahoma lineup, but Van Zee has come right at each of these hitters.
It's been a change with how much she's been working that pitch, her curveball or fastball outside that she's throwing, just being able to clip the corner instead of throwing it more on the plate. Just really has gained command and grown command of that pitch as the game has gone on.
How hard is that at this age to be able to clip the plate?
Yeah, it takes a lot of accuracy. You got to use your eyes, trust in your preparation, and that's something that if you're not preparing and practicing at lessons and on your own, if you're not putting in a lot of focused training outside of the field in the game, it's going to be impossible to make those little adjustments in game. So you can tell that she works really hard outside of the game.
1 ball, 1 strike, the count to Davis. Gets a good piece, sends it into the gap, it will drop. Hutchins will come around to score. And Oklahoma takes a 3-1 lead off the pinch hit RBI by Aubrey Davis.
It's going to feel good for Davis. Comes in as a substitute, and she gets a pitch on the outside corner and goes with it. We were just talking about this, that so many hitters try to pull that outside pitch, but she did her homework whenever she was in the dugout. Not in that starting lineup. She studied Ray Van Zee and understood, you know what, I'm going to get an outside pitch and I'm going to keep my front shoulder on it and drive it the other way. She gets an RBI for it, gets that run back.
Manager Haley Galvin going to the bench once again. Be a pinch hitter, Allie Tucker into the game now.
What you want is a good team too, or what any team wants to do is if they give up runs, you're not going to be perfect. You're going to give up runs in this game, but you want to be able to punch back. You want to be able to answer back with your bats and be able to get back that run that you gave up earlier.
1-0 pitch is hit hard right at the second baseman. Young fields and makes the play for the 3rd out of the inning. Oklahoma picks up another run off the RBI single by Aubrey Davis. It's now 3-1 after 3 innings. Let's get to know the state champs from Muskogee, Oklahoma. Population of just over 37,000. It's located just 50 miles from Tulsa near the Three Rivers. And 80% of the girls are Native American belonging to the Creek Nation or the Cherokee tribe. And one thing that is so special about their journey here is that the Creek Nation was generous enough to donate this luxury bus where the girls got here in style. Also, not only just a bus, they also donated a driver. So the girls had a fabulous trip here from Oklahoma to Waco.
Yeah, they might want to just move to that bus, I think. It looks beautiful. It's stunning. It just looks really shiny, like it hasn't even taken a road trip down to Texas. It's amazing the support that they're getting from all these different places.
Top of the 4th inning now.
You said it before about Oklahoma, John, is that they'd only practiced twice together before coming here to Waco. So their first game playing as a team in this regional was their first game to play together ever. And they had that big win, 15-0, and just really started to gel together.
What I love about a lot of the stories from the teams, and especially this team from Oklahoma, is that when you make it and you get to go to the region here, the Southwest region in Waco, you get so much support from back home. Isabel Mathis sends that one up the box to lead off the 4th inning with a single.
They talked about how being able to represent their tribe and the state, they felt like that was just a really, really big accomplishment.
Also, the manager from Oklahoma, Haley Galvin, was telling us that softball is very big in Oklahoma, especially among the Native Americans. It's a way for them to gather. It's a way for their families to stay together. And it's a sport that you can play into your 40s. So you see youngsters and older adults all coming together over the game of softball.
And she talked about the ancestors who played before us. Grandpa played, mom played. It just runs in the family there, a way to connect and have fun.
Addison Williams. Abigail Sepulveda will be the pinch hitter at the plate. Sepulveda swings through that fastball. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Yeah, good fastball there on the inside corner by Cam Casey. Most of the strikes that she has had in this game have come via swinging. Not taking a lot. We talked about that with Texas West, how aggressive that they have been. Coming into this inning, John, is a looking strikeout there, speaking of by Sepulveda, but coming into this inning, she had thrown 31 strikes, and 30 of those strikes were swinging strikes. Goes to show just how aggressive the Texas West has been against her.
Are you aware of that as a pitcher in the circle, how many strikes you're picking up due to swings?
Yeah, and maybe you're probably not counting, like, oh, that's my 15th strike that I've gotten with a swing, but you're definitely noticing, like, oh, man, they're swinging at everything that I'm throwing close. Like that. Good pitch by Cam Casey there on the outside corner.
Reese All-Day Tate, 0 for 1, flew out in her first at bat.
And Cam Casey actually takes pitching lessons with Rachel Fox Gajewski. Rachel Fox played at Texas A&M. She started her career at the University of Texas, transferred over to A&M, and then married the head coach of Oklahoma State University, Kenny Gajewski. So Cam Casey takes lessons with her, and so does Zoe Griffin, who's also on the team.
You must love every time you can mention a player transferring from Texas into Texas A&M.
Doesn't happen too often. I wonder if Rachel is the only one that I can think of, but finished her career in Aggie.
1 ball, 2 strikes to count on Reese Tate, the center fielder. Changeup just stays alive. Nice job by Tate at the plate.
Another pitcher, Cam Casey, and also Ray Van Zee, they just have really good mechanics. You can tell that they've worked really hard at their craft. You can tell that they put in time outside of lessons and team practice to get better and learn how to use their body more efficiently and drive with their bottom half and their legs.
Catch is made at third by Hutchins. Tries to double up at first. Got her! Double play to end the top of the 4th. Goose Hutchins with the catch and the throw across the diamond to double her off.
We've seen a few double plays here this week. Hit right at Hutchins, who's playing a little bit off the line, and her arm across the diamond, that's a cannon. Good pick over there by Hicks to finish it off.
You can find Little League on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at the official handles at Little League. Follow the action and join the conversation with the hashtag LLWS. Beautiful. Partly cloudy sky. The sun is out here in Waco, Texas. John Schriffen alongside my partner Amanda Scarborough as we move into the bottom of the 4th inning. Oklahoma on top 3-1. 7, 8, 9 due up for Oklahoma. We'll have a pinch hitter to lead things off, Zoe Griffin.
Wondering what happened to the rest of our fans back behind home plate here. They've dwindled. I think we might only have 1 letter left in Rockets, and everybody else is just cleared out of there. Yeah, I think we only have the C left.
We're about over halfway through, so maybe they're taking a little break. It's a little hot outside.
Especially in the metal stands.
2-0 pitch in on the hands. It's going to be a tough play for Rosillo. And Griffin just beat it out.
Yeah, Griffin had some luck here because that ball just died. It had crazy spin to it to when it hit the ground. It didn't take off in one direction. It literally just died back behind the pitching circle, which made it really challenging for Rosillo, who is so smooth on defense, did everything that she could to make a play, but good hustle by Griffin.
Another pinch hitter at the plate will be Cheyenne Dill for Oklahoma. You know, we talked about the support Oklahoma received for everyone back home, but Robinson Little League, Texas West have received a ton of support as well. Waco, Texas, just a short 5-minute drive from Robinson. Bunt is laid down by Dill, but foul. And the cool part, even though they were so close when they were leaving Robinson to come here to Waco, see, your boys are back. Fans back in the stands, just taking a little break.
Hilarious. Extra support here.
The police, the fire department, friends, family, all sending off Robinson Little League on their trip here with a procession. A very cool experience for these youngsters. Got the entire town behind them. Vanzee ahead in the count, 0-2 on Cheyenne Dill. Imagine as a 12-year-old getting a police escort.
I can't.
Outside corner, Vanzee picks up the strikeout.
See her throw a lot to her glove side, so outside to righties, but check out her painting the corner outside to a lefty. Look at Mathis, too, just sticking that pitch for the strikeout. Good pitch by Raylan. Bottom of the lineup for Oklahoma, Riley Dotson, the center fielder, 0 for 1 today, flew out to center. Snap throw down to first to check on the runner, Griffin. You can tell there's a lot of respect for both of these catchers, and Burnett and also Mathis, because nobody's trying to steal any bases against them. They keep showing off their arm with some pickoffs over at first base, and they have really good arms.
0-2 pitch to Dotson, up high. Look at Mathis, pump fake.
She's on it.
A lot of respect behind the plate. One-two pitch. Riley Dotson coming through in the bottom of the order with a one-out single. Now runners on at first and second for Oklahoma. As Alexis Kierstead will step up for her third at bat of the game.
Yeah, 1-2 pitch. A little bit too much on the plate there for Raylan Vanzee. Oklahoma has done a tremendous job with 2 strikes, just battling, using every strike that they get in their AB.
Kierstead 1 for 2 today, singled and scored in the first. It is interesting. We've seen the runners giving these catchers so much respect. The only stolen bases we've seen is when the ball's been in the dirt. No straight steals on these catchers. 1-0 pitch. Fly out to right center field. It will drop. Now Griffin had to hold, so she'll only advance to third, but bases now loaded with 1 out. So with a big moment at the plate with the shortstop Taylon Starr coming up. We'll have a meeting in the circle. What do you think this discussion is about?
I like the way that believe it was Mathis who called timeout to go out there, but it's likely about, hey, bases loaded, less than 2 outs, make sure that we're coming home, charging the ball hard, force the inning back. Just reminding of the situation.
So Texas West trying to cut off a run at home with the bases loaded. Here's Taylon Starr. Hard hit to right field, and that one will get all the way to the wall. 1 run comes in. Here comes Dotson, and they're waving Kierstead. Taylon Starr with a bases clearing triple as Oklahoma takes a 6-1 lead.
Making the adjustment with that outside pitch and just keeping her front shoulder on it, letting it travel. She barreled that pitch up so well, squared it up, found that gap in right center field, and they're going to be aggressive to send Kierstead all the way from first base, their leadoff hitter who has a little bit of speed, and Starr gets herself a bases clearing triple for what seems like just some big insurance runs. What's going on in this game right now for Oklahoma?
For Oklahoma, that is their 10th extra base hit of this region. In just 2 games, in their first game, they only played 2 innings.
And Texas West has been really strong this postseason. Coming into this regional, they had outscored their opponents by a really wide margin because they're used to being the team that has that 6th spot on the board, scoring a lot of runs, a solid defense for them. And I love in this game that no team has committed an error, or both teams have not committed an error, and that's been true for the entire tournament. They've played strong defense. It's just that Oklahoma's bat's too much to handle, and now they have to face Goose.
Would you think about walking her here? 1 out, runner at third. Hutchins goes the other way, fly ball, and that one will get foul.
Yeah, I would just try to be very careful with her because, too, Candace Burnett has had herself a good tournament where she's had 4 hits and her 5 ABs. I think that Van Zee did a good job with Goose the last time of keeping it on the outside corner, throwing it at the knees, and being able to mix speeds a bit, but Goose has done a good job in all of her at-bats.
Oklahoma 3 for 5 with runners in scoring position today. For this region, they are 11 of 18 with runners in scoring position. 1 ball, 1 strike the count on 3-hole hitter Goose Hutchins. Well hit to center, right at the center fielder Tate. Tagging from third, here's the throw, and Starr will get in standing up. Oklahoma now takes a 7-1 lead.
Second sack fly that Goose Hutchins has had in this game. She's having herself a tremendous game with a couple of RBIs, good execution by her. And I just love how good of a teammate that she is, that she understands the game. Runner at third base, less than 2 outs. All she needs to do is put the ball in the air to the outfield. And she did just that. And she was just as excited to see her run score on a sack fly as she was for her home run. Maybe even more excited for that play.
And is Burnett. Nice catch at second by Young to end the inning. Oklahoma putting up a 4 spot in the 4th inning. Extends their lead. They're up 7-1. Let's go to the 5th inning. For Texas West, third baseman Brenly Robinson is a fighter. She was born with a birth defect and a condition known as club foot. She was told by doctors she would never play sports again, but she is out here proving everybody wrong.
Clubfoot is a defect that I was born with, the birth defect. It left me with neuropathy and some dead nerves, and my muscles don't work as well as they would in my foot if it was normal. And I also have this thing with my toes where they're kind of under, so I walk on my toes every time I walk.
When the doctor told her we can have surgery, you'll be out for 4 weeks. I told her if you can battle through the pain, baby, I will back you up.
I wanted to delay the surgery so I could get a chance to play in the Big 12 series. This is a once-in-a-lifetime experience. It was just something that seemed more important to me at the moment.
What an amazing young woman. She's deciding to delay surgery to be here with her team and get a chance to play into the Little League Softball World Series. Incredible.
How about the fact, too, that doctors told her that she would never play sports, but she's proved them wrong and loves to play this game, delayed that surgery, as we mentioned before, because she just loves this game so much, being with her team and getting a chance to play at the Little League World Series.
Journey Patterson, up at the plate to lead things off for Texas West. 8-9-1 due up. When you're a teammate of a strong woman like Brenly Robinson, how does she inspire you? When you see something like that, she can go through that and play through the pain, it's got to make an impact on her teammates.
Oh, yeah. And the world, really, anybody that will hear her story.
Go, Johnny!
It just reminds you of the links that you go through and sacrifices that you make in order to do what you love. And if you love something, you just go after it. No matter the adversity that you might go through, you can fight through anything, and just you follow your heart to play a sport that you love, or go have a journey that feels like it's pulling you one way or another. And for Bren, she's a true inspiration.
Isn't that what's so amazing about sports, especially team sports, is that even when a doctor tells you you're not going to be able to do something, it can be a driving force and help propel you through those walls, through those obstacles, just to be out there with your teammates.
Yeah, because I think that a lot of people have gone through that, right? That you're told you're never going to have this job, you're never going to be good at the sport, you're never going to do this or do that. It just, it feels good to prove them wrong, right? It can be that motivation, and maybe it's not a motivation, you're just doing it for yourself, and you don't even think about how somebody else has told you that you can't do it, but definitely an inspiration.
Yeah, Brenly Robinson, love to see you out there. Congratulations, you're an inspiration not just to your team, but everyone watching you around the country. Haven Hansen pops that one up to shallow center field. Catch is made by Dotson. 2 quick outs here to start the top of the 5th. Well, for Texas West, they are quickly running out of outs, down to their final 4 outs of the ball game, down by 6. Winner of this game will punch their ticket to the Little League Softball World Series. Top of the lineup here is Lexi Rosillo.
Yeah, Kim Casey has limited their opportunities that they've had. They had an opportunity in the first inning with 2 outs. Scored in the 3rd, and ever since, anything else, she's pretty much been able to shut them down using her off-speed pitch, locating her fastball on both sides of the plate.
But you gotta be careful with Rolex. She almost hit one out in her last at-bat. It was a long double to the wall, and she just got a good piece of that last foul ball. Casey ahead in the count, 0-2. 2 outs, top of the 5th, nobody on.
Her favorite player is Nicole Mendez, who just finished her career at the University of Oklahoma University, OU. And she also played for Team Mexico in the Olympics, where Team Mexico played in their first ever softball Olympics.
Changeup misses down low. Team Mexico was actually really impressive. A lot of players coming from the United States playing in college programs, and they had a really strong showing in the Olympics.
Yeah, they did really, really well. Have a lot to be proud of. They finished 4th, losing that bronze medal game to Canada.
2-2 on Rosillo. Waits on that one and drills it inside the line. A fair ball. Cut off and left by Beveridge, so Rosillo will be kept at first with a single.
She's just a really good athlete. She plays select softball. She also plays select volleyball, and she plays basketball. This hit just hangs down the line to stay fair. Battles with 2 strikes, worked herself back into the at-bat to be able to find a way to get on base.
Rosillo doing everything she can for her team. Here's the pitcher now, Raylan Van Zee. Fastball in there, check on Rosillo, back in there safely. As a reminder, we play 6 innings here in Little League Softball. Winner of this game, as we mentioned, will punch their ticket to the Little League Softball World Series. Since this is the winner's bracket, the loser is not eliminated in this double elimination format and will still be alive and still have a chance to punch their ticket into the Little League Softball World Series. 2 teams will advance from this Southwest region.
This game has pretty big implications, too, for the championship game for tomorrow, because one of these 2 teams is going to have to play 2 games today. And then if that happens, then likely if it's Cam Casey or Ray Van Zee, then that pitcher would have to throw 2 games. Really have leaned on Cam Casey and also Van Zee. Not that they don't have any other pitchers, they do have other options, but they definitely have been the aces of the tournament. And why that's important is because if you throw over 6 innings, then you have to have a day of rest.
Take a look at the bracket. We are down to our final 3 teams here in the Southwest region. The winner of this game will move on to the championship game tomorrow, 10 a.m. Central Time, right here on the Longhorn Network. Loser plays in our game next at 2 Central against Louisiana.
And because Texas East forfeited against Louisiana, I'm sure they're loving the fact that they're going to have that extra rest, and that their pitcher for Louisiana, Jolie Lozano, if they win, then she could pitch tomorrow in the championship game, because likely they don't go to extra innings. If they win, then she would throw them only 6 innings.
2 down here, top of the 5th. Payoff pitch misses down low. Ball 4. So runners now on at first and second for Texas West. That'll bring up the 3-hole hitter, Addison Young.
Important to remember, too, we talked about it before, John, but the winner of this game secures their spot to get to Greenville. That whoever wins this game, because there are 2 teams that will be representing the Southwest region, will go to Greenville. They're a shoo-in as soon as they win this game.
Addison Young, in her player intro, talked about how much she loved goats. Who doesn't love goats?
Yeah, you know, there's goat yoga.
I've seen that. Have you tried it yet?
I haven't.
I've always wanted to. It's the little baby goats kind of crawling on your back.
Yeah.
Hard hit by Young into left field, waving around Rosillo. Here's the play at the plate. Safe. What a job to get underneath the tag of Candace Burnett as Addison Young delivers.
Big RBI for Addison Young. First pitch of the at-bat. You can tell that she's looking for a pitch on the inside corner. She gets it. An aggressive manager, Rosillo, go ahead. He sends his daughter, understanding that she has speed. That was a bit of a risk, right? You're down by 5 runs, and with the middle of your lineup coming up, down by 6 runs, and that was a close play at the plate to send her with 2 outs down by so many runs.
So Oklahoma is going to challenge because that was such a close play at the plate, but I love that slide by Lexi Rosillo, almost like a hook slide to get in underneath the tag, because the ball beat her there.
Yeah.
And she did a really nice job avoiding it and getting in there first.
Yeah, I love the way, too, that she didn't slow down. She goes hard into bases. Oftentimes you'll see a player slide feet first, and they might have a tendency to slow down to go into their slide, and she doesn't do that.
Her father, the manager, Edward Rosillo, he knows his daughter. He was waving her home the entire way.
I really thought it was a little bit risky, I'm not going to lie, but so much confidence in her that she was going to be able to find a way to get in there. I like, too, she talked about her dad, her questionnaire, and how he always pushes her to be better. He tells her that no dream is too big, teaches her to go out and work hard to make her dreams come true. I mean, it's just the type of stuff that, like, gives you goosebumps, that if that is what she is hearing from her father, who she's around likely all the time.
So we are showing these replays so the replay review booth can get another look at it. And you see the left foot of Rosillo. Looks like it touches home plate before the tag is applied.
Yep. And it's like her body did go around it, John, like you said, but it was her foot that went straight in. If she would have tried to go around and do like a true hook slide with it, then I think that she would have been out because the throw did beat her. But again, we talked about this earlier. The fastest way to get to a base is usually to go straight in unless you have a reason to go around.
So the call on the field is confirmed. Safe. Texas West picks up their second run of the game off the aggressiveness by manager Edward Rosillo, sending the runner. And now Texas West only trails by 5 with 2 outs here in the top of the 5th.
By the way, Rolex says that her goal is to be better at sports than her dad. So that's a little bit of her motivation there. I'm sure he would love if she was better at sports than him.
For sure. Got to remember, everybody's volunteering too. I mean, these parents, these officials, these umpires, well hitting the left. Peyton Richards delivers with a single. And another run will come in as Van Zee scores. It's now 7-3 Oklahoma.
Just continuing to be aggressive. First pitch of the at-bat. I love the fact that these players are going up with a plan. You could tell that Addison Young was looking for an inside pitch. You could tell that Peyton Richards was looking for an outside pitch. They're committing to their plan, and they're executing it to try to cut down this lead.
Young goes to third. She was held there by manager Rosillo. So it's now 1st and 3rd with 2 outs. Up steps the catcher, Isabel Mathis. Mathis 2 for 2 today with 2 singles. Takes that first pitch, strike 1.
Surprised you didn't swing at that. That was a pitch that was more over the heart of the plate, and Texas West has been being so aggressive.
One pitch misses upstairs. 1 ball, 1 strike. As we've seen Casey miss upstairs for the last 2 pitches, any sign of fatigue?
No, I don't think so. It's always hard to tell because you might see arm speed slow down a little bit or be able to see the results of more balls thrown. But really only one person knows if they're feeling a little bit tired. That's going to be the person with the ball in their hand, throwing the pitch, and what their body just feels like whenever they're out there. It's really hot. We'll continue to talk about that. It's so hot out here.
Casey continues to battle in the circle, trying to get out of this jam. There's 2 outs here in the top of the 5th. Runners on at 1st and 3rd. Here's the 2-2 pitch to Mathis. Got her looking. Strike 3. But Texas West does pick up 2 runs to cut the lead to 4.
Yeah, Addison Young steps up with an RBI double. Peyton Richards gets in on the action, pushing another run across. Texas West trying to dent the lead.
Remember what's at stake, a trip to Greenville, North Carolina. Look at beautiful Stallings Stadium. You thought this field was impressive here at George W. Bush Leadership Training Center? This is what the young girls today are playing for.
Yeah, the Little League Softball World Series moved from Portland to Greenville, and it will be a new venue that they get to play in and will get to travel to. Addison Young has had herself a big game for Texas West, and Taylon Starr has been so good at the plate. 4 RBI, a double, a triple, and scored 2 runs.
5, 6, 7 due up in this bottom of the 5th inning for Oklahoma. Oklahoma got the scoring started in the 1st inning, went up 2-0. Texas West would answer in the top of the 3rd, cut the lead to 2-1. Oklahoma would tack on another in the 3rd, and then 4 more in the 4th. And then Texas West just scoring 2 in the last top of this inning. That's where we stand, 7-3. Raylan Van Zee, starting pitcher for Texas West, still going strong. Diane Hicks, the first baseman.
She said her special talent is that she can shake her eyes.
I gotta see that.
No, and she can bake too. A little bit more of a tame one there that we understand.
2 balls, 1 strike to count on Hicks. Well hit out into center, but right at the center fielder, Tate. 1 down. I've been impressed with Raylan Van Zee in the circle for Texas West. Even though she's given up 7 runs here, this is an Oklahoma lineup that scored 15 runs in their first game in just 2 innings. So she has battled the entire way against a very tough lineup.
They're just really tough outs. They make you think, they make you work, they make you really focus in every pitch. You have no room to make a mistake because they're the type of team that is going to take advantage of a mistake. We're out over the plate.
And she's been living right there on the edge. That one just a little too much off the plate. Goes to 2-0. But she's been hitting her spots consistently.
Yeah, she loves that outside corner. She'll throw it at all different levels on the outside corner, right at the knees, right below the knees. Just like that. Mathis helping her out there.
2 balls, 1 strike to count on the left fielder, Lily Beveridge. Count is now 3-1. Beveridge going to look for her pitch at the plate here. Fouls it off. That was the 80th pitch of the ball game for pitcher Raylan Van Zee. Payoff pitch. Up high, lifted in the air to the right side. Drifting back is Young, makes the catch. 2 outs.
And we talked about how many runs that Raylan has given up in this game and just how tough of a lineup this is for her to go up against in Oklahoma. The entire postseason, Texas West had only allowed 7 runs, and today they've allowed 7 runs against this Oklahoma offense. So you can tell this is really some of the best competition that they've faced this entire postseason.
And they've gone through a gauntlet because Texas is known for having outstanding Little League softball clubs. So they've played some really good teams already, but Oklahoma is a next level team.
And they've lost once before, Texas West has. So they've been in a position, if they're unable to make a comeback here in the 6th inning, they've been in a position to feel what it feels like to lose.
Needham will fly out to Richards at first. A 1-2-3 5th inning for Raylan Van Zee. Last ups for Texas West. They need 4 runs to keep this game going. Welcome back to Waco, Texas. We're here in the Southwest region. Day 4 of action. This is the winner's bracket between Texas West and Oklahoma. The team from Robinson Little League, Texas West, down to their final 3 outs. Once again, a trip to the Little League Softball World Series on the line. Winner of this game will advance. John Schriffen alongside my partner, Amanda Scarborough. Amanda, here we go. Final 3 outs for Texas West.
Coming down to the wire here, we have Williams starting off, trying to get a rally going. Oklahoma up by just 4 runs.
Williams banks one into right to start off this 6th inning. Texas West continues to be aggressive at the plate.
Yeah, trying to use that momentum that they built in the 5th inning to bring it in to this inning. It was important that they held Oklahoma to no runs in that last half inning when they were out on defense, just to give them a little bit of energy, a little bit of extra hope to take into their bats. to cut down this lead.
Here's the 7-hole hitter, Reese Tate, center fielder. And she's swinging at the first pitch, rips it foul. Come on, coach. Edward Rocio almost had that barehanded grab.
Played baseball as a kid. Remember, he had a chance to play in a regional as well when he was a Little League baseball player.
A 1 pitch from Casey. Grounded, tough play, backhanded by Starr. Safe. Starr had to go into the hole with the backhand, but Reese Tate able to beat out the throw.
What an arm that Taylon Starr has. I mean, this ball was just perfectly placed to pull her into the hole. She's playing from so far away whenever she makes that throw because of how deep it took her. She is such a good athlete between Starr and Rocio. I mean, wow.
There are a lot of outstanding players in just this game alone. As Oklahoma manager Haley Galvin will go out and talk to her pitcher Cam Casey. Texas West today, 3 for 7 with runners in scoring position. They need to pick up 4 runs, but the good news for Texas West, nobody out. And here comes a fan favorite, Brenley Robinson, third baseman, with runners on at first and second. We heard her inspirational story earlier. Let's see if she can deliver at the plate. Lays off that first pitch, ball 1.
Yeah, important for these first 2 hitters to get on base. It just takes one person to get on base, and then it's contagious to the rest of the lineup. And with where they're at in their lineup right now, they're at the bottom of it with 8 and 9 coming up. And their goal is to turn over that order because Lexi Rocio has been so good. Van Zee has had quality at bats, and Addison Young, the 3-hole, has been hot. Just looking to get the bat in their hands here in the top of the 6th inning.
That pitch catches the outside corner. 2 balls and a strike to count on the third baseman, Robinson. And that one will fall. Robinson delivers with a single. As the bases are now loaded, nobody out. Look at Robinson. Let's go.
Continues to be an inspiration for everybody, and this rally continues to build momentum here for Texas West. Robinson with the split grip. It helps her with her barrel control, able to get that outside corner, not swing too big, kept her eyes on it at contact, and found the grass out there in the outfield.
Can you believe that she should have had surgery and decided to put it off to play in this game, and then delivers with a huge single in a pressure situation? Way to go, Brenley Robinson.
That energy too, just go back into the dugout with her teammates. So proud of herself.
So Abigail Sepulveda will be inserted as a pinch runner for Robinson. Single. 1 run will come in as Texas West will cut the lead to 3 off the RBI single by Haven Hansen.
This is 4 singles in a row, John, and at the bottom of the lineup. Hansen swings early. Again, she is so locked in, keeps her head and eyes on it, down on the ball, and it just falls in there in a hole into the outfield, and Bren Robinson is loving it. The entire Texas West team is just stoked right now because they feel this comeback mounting.
What a moment. It's now just a 3-run ball game, nobody out. And here comes Rolex, Lexi Rocio with the bases loaded. She is 2 for 3 on the day, had a double in the 3rd and scored, a single in the 5th and would score.
And, Texas West has actually out-hit Oklahoma in this game. Texas West has 12 hits on the board, Oklahoma 9. What's been the difference, though, for Oklahoma is that several of them have been for extra bases. Right now, it would be huge if Rocio could have a hit for extra bases and bring in multiple runs.
2-0 pitch, a changeup, misses low. It's now 3-0. Nowhere to put Rocio. I mean, this is basically a home game for Texas West. Look at the fans behind the plate. They're going nuts. The 3-0 misses up high. Ball 4 that will walk in a run as Reese Tate comes in to score. It's now 7-5, Oklahoma on top.
It's a good eye by Lexi Rocio. I love how she didn't get out of her strike zone there, right? You could want so badly to step up with the bases loaded, press a little bit, chase out of the zone, but she had a good eye to draw that walk and get an RBI.
So Haley Galvin, the manager for Oklahoma, will come up, make some changes. She's talking to home plate umpire Jeff Lindhorst. And it looks like we will have a pitching change for Oklahoma. The day for Cam Casey is done. So we're going to step aside, and we'll be right back after this quick break.
Cam Casey got the start for Oklahoma. She just came out of the game, but she had a tremendous amount of fight. Love the way that she was able to work that rise ball earlier in the game. It would go a little bit off the plate, work both sides of the plate with their screwball, curveball, mixing a bit of an off-speed pitch, had 5 strikeouts on the day. Just 2 walks.
So the new pitcher in the game for, as we finish up on Cam Casey, you see the line, 91 pitches, had 5 strikeouts. New pitcher in the ball game for Oklahoma will be Miley Needham. So Needham moves in from second base, and Casey will go to second base. Here's Raylan Van Zee at the plate, still nobody out.
It's a good time for a pitching change as Needham enters this game. It's a pressureful moment, bases loaded, no outs. You're just up by 2 runs now, and you have all these fans cheering against you. Or not against you, but for the other team.
1 ball, 1 strike to count on Van Zee. Fastball is hit hard into left, but just foul. Whoa.
Van Zee has yet to actually record a hit here at the regional, but she's been on base several times, has hit some hard shots, and just hasn't had the luck. One's just like this, up and in her hands. I thought that was going to go fair.
Needham knows she has to be careful with this 1-2 pitch upcoming. Off speed in the dirt, 2-2.
Really good job by Burnett back behind the plate to keep that in front. Didn't even get away from her at all, because if that ball got behind her, then all of a sudden it would have only been a 1-run lead.
And Sepulveda is the pinch runner at third. She's got some speed. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Van Zee. Fastball is ripped to third. Catch is made. Whoa, we almost had a triple play. Hutchins made the catch, stepped on third for the double play, threw over to first, not in time. My goodness.
Second double play of the game for Goose Hutchins. That ball was smoked. It was crushed, but Hutchins was ready for it. In right place, right time. There's nothing as a base runner that you can really do about that. And so quickly, there are 2 outs now.
My goodness. Rocio just got back to first base in time. to avoid the triple play. That would have ended this game.
I'll tell you what, again, poor Ray Van Zee. She has had so much bad luck up at the plate. Hit the ball hard, nothing to show for it.
So Addison Young, last hope for Texas West. 2 outs, runners on at first and second. Young fouls that one off to the right side. 1 ball, 1 strike.
God, I just can't believe how much that one swing, that one pitch can totally change the dynamics of an inning. It was bases loaded, no outs. You're feeling like we are about to get right back into this thing and tie it up. And then all of a sudden, it's 2 outs and just runners on first and second.
It almost has a kind of similarity to the Olympics. Team USA
Yes,
in that,
yeah.
what was it, that 6th inning?
Yeah.
When they had that odd double play.
Their best chance to score.
Got to give credit to Goose Hutchins at third base. 2 balls and a strike to count on Addison Young. Right field, this could be it. Catch is made by Kierstead, and Oklahoma has won 7-5 and will advance to the Little League Softball World Series. Texas West trying to mount a comeback, had bases loaded, nobody out with Raylan Van Zee at the plate. She smoked one down the left field line, but it was Goose Hutchins who made the amazing double play. And there's the 3rd out of the game to give Oklahoma the win. What a ball game.
Yeah, and just saw that post-game wave that they do as Little League is moving to the post-game wave this year instead of the traditional handshake because of the COVID mitigation procedures that are put in place to keep everybody safe. So you saw them wave at each other at the end of the game. Of course, Oklahoma's wave a little bit more excited than Texas West, but now Texas West will move to the elimination bracket, and they'll still just be 1 win away from making it to Greenville between them and Louisiana.
That's an important point because Texas West, this is just their first loss here in this Southwest region, so they are not eliminated.
Right.
They have a chance. They will play next at 2 o'clock Central Time right here on Longhorn Network against Louisiana. As we take a look at the bracket, Oklahoma now advances to the championship game. And the reason why that game is still important is because you want to have an overall winner for this Southwest region to determine who will move on and have a better seeding when you get to the Little League Softball World Series. But our next game will be later at 2 o'clock Central. Texas West will take on Louisiana.
Yeah, so much fight out of Texas West. That would have been an amazing comeback, but Oklahoma, right place, right time. They did everything right at the end of the game.
For producer Heather Wilson, director Brad Sheldon, statistician Kurt Kumi, and my amazing partner Amanda Scarborough, I'm John Schriffen. Our final score here in Waco, Texas: Oklahoma 5, Texas West, Oklahoma 7, Texas West 5, as Oklahoma advances to Little League Softball World Series.